Contemporary Christian praise songs Mighty to Save and Shout to the Lord are known by Christians worldwide. Hillsong music is so popular, the songs are sung even in small churches in remote parts of the world. Hillsong has now released a total of 40 albums, praise music that continues to influence people of all ages around the globe.
We were intentional about writing the kind of songs that affected our church and that glorified God. Honestly, it is a miracle. You couldn't make it happen. You couldn't market the kind of opportunity we've had every continent of the world with the praise and the worship, and even the mix of songwriters and gifted people that gather here. I mean, it's just a local church having church.
And it's the vision that God has given Senior Pastor Brian Houston that has helped propel Hillsong Church into an international phenomenon. Houston and his wife Bobby first started Hillsong Church in 1983. At that time, it was called Hills Christian Life Center, with only 45 members. And within 4 years, the church grew to 900 people. Services were held in a warehouse in those early days. The church moved to its current location in 1997. And God has blessed Hillsong Church through the years, expanding its various ministries and transforming lives.
23,000 people attend services here at Hillsong on any given weekend. The church has 3 campuses in Sydney, 14 extension services, and churches around the world in Kiev, Moscow, New York, London, Cape Town, and Paris. Why is the church, after 27 years, so successful?
It sounds like a cliche, but it really is the grace of God. I mean, I think we have a church that is really intent on being relevant and reaching people, and I've always tried to be sure that we're preaching not just to people Sunday, but to their Monday, keeping it practical so it really relates to people's everyday lives.
And Hillsong is more than just music. The church has many other ministries in Australia and around the world. Among the Hillsong outreach, Hillsong Kids, Youth and Women's Ministries, and Hillsong City Care. Hillsong Church will celebrate its 25th conference year in 2011. 100 people attended the first one in 1986. More than 30,000 have attended since the inception. And young pastors, missionaries, and praise leaders are trained each year at the Hillsong Leadership College.
It really comes down to being a church that is effective and influential and reaches beyond itself. I read today that vision, and you can almost see the outworking of those things that then were just a dream. So our vision has never gone on great, turns to the left or to the right. We've just been consistent about doing what the Lord put in our hearts.
Hillsong has faced a number of controversies and challenges in recent years, including media criticism for its relationship with several Christian organizations and some conservative politicians. Pastor Houston admits the church has had to overcome some difficult times, but he's not discouraged. He's optimistic about the future. He sees the recent election of Australia's first openly atheist prime minister as a rare spiritual opportunity.
Australia's an interesting place. It's a very secular country. I think it's listed in the United Nations not as a Christian country, but a secular country. And I find there's really a paradox, because there's a very strong anti-Christ spirit in Australia. I think aggressive atheism is on the rise, and a really anti-God spirit. And yet at the same time, my personal experience with people, every day I meet people who are spiritually hungry and so wanting to know more about God. There is a spiritual hunger, and if we can tap into that, I believe there's a great future for the church in Australia. To me, it's all about consistency in season and out of season, and it's amazing what God can do.
Gary Lane, CBN News, Sydney, Australia.